Authorities are looking for the man who purchased 2 of the rifles used in the rampage. These were purchased legally, but not by the suspects killed by police in a shootout yesterday. We don't know if the owner bought them for the suspects or if the rifles were stolen.
The FBI is still not calling this an act of terror, even though one of the suspects did have contact with known terror suspects. Denver 7 reporter Marc Stewart joins us now. And Marc, this investigation is stretching really across the country now.
Indeed, what happened in California is now getting the attention of investigators here in Colorado. They want to make sure there are no local connections to the crime. As the role of extremism in this case is still being determined, Colorado has not been immune in the past. On this day after the massacre in San Bernardino, new questions about the shooters and if they were radicalized. CNN reports Saeed Farouk was in touch with FBI terrorism subjects over the last several years. His travel overseas is also under scrutiny. Investigators say there are signals it was something more than a workplace dispute.
If you look at the amount of obvious pre-planning that went in, the amount of armaments that he had, the weapons and the ammunition, there was obviously a mission here. We know that. We do not know why.
Inside this command center,
there's no known threats at this time.
The state's Homeland Security chief told us there will likely be an increased effort over the holidays to scan everything from social media to police reports for potential problems.
We're not doing anything different. We're just amping it up a bit.
Just today, a previously scheduled emergency drill with the state's top leaders, including the governor. Colorado has been the backdrop for several cases involving extremists. This woman was arrested last July while trying to board a flight at DIA. The FBI says her goal was to meet ISIS operatives. Later that same month, 3 Denver teens were stopped in Germany heading to Syria. Cases that are hard to trace until something happens.
It could be anything. We saw it with Planned Parenthood. We saw it with the earlier Colorado Springs shooting. How do people end up there? Looking at what leads to that, I think, is important because our #1 mission is prevention.
Looking ahead, the director would like to see even more involvement between local law enforcement and the state's Homeland Security office. Eric, he also stresses the importance of trying to find vulnerable people before the terrorists do.